This is Mike Finnerty of the SureWest Sports Show, and the following clip has been brought to you by the SureWest Sports Show, airing on SureWestSports.com. Well, I'm here with Marie Ishida, Executive Director for the CIF State Office. And Maria, we are right now in late February, and you have some news to give to us regarding girls wrestling and some other items. Let's talk about that.
Well, let me first talk about girls wrestling, because we're excited about girls wrestling because we're going to be holding our first ever Girls State Wrestling Championship, and it's going to be held at Lamora High School on February 25th and 26th. And we're quite excited about that. This is an event that's long in the making. We've had Southern California Regionals and Northern California Regionals for the past couple years, and now it finally the time to bring those winners together for a state wrestling championship. So we're excited about it, and we have over 400 girls participating in the SoCal Regionals and over 400 girls participating in the NorCal Regionals. And the winners from those regionals will meet in the state championship in a couple weeks.
So how long has this been in the works, girls wrestling? 'Cause I know it's slowly going. How long has this been going on for now?
It's been about 5 or 6 years now. We started out with having an exhibition of girls wrestling at our state wrestling championships, and it was back in Stockton. So it's been quite some time because we've been in Bakersfield for the last few years. But we started out with that exhibition, and slowly but surely we had a group of girls who continued to go to these girls-only invitationals and wrestle. And as we instituted the SoCal and NorCal regionals, more and more girls got involved. More and more schools are becoming involved and fielding girls wrestling teams now.
Well, that's great. And I see a sport growing on the girls' side as well. Well, let's talk a little bit about some more news that you have, and it relates to the spring and the sport of baseball. Let's talk about the bat news.
Well, the baseball bat issue has been quite a hot topic for us ever since last summer. Partially as a compromise with Assembly Member Huffman, who introduced a baseball bat rule that would require CIF for the next 2 years, as well as all physical education classes, to only use wooden bats. That was problematic for us. It was problematic for our leadership because most of the kids now are using aluminum and composite bats. And certainly in our physical education classes, they're using aluminum and composite bats because they don't break as easily as wooden bats. So our leadership felt that was problematic. And since we were going to have to go to the new bat standards next year anyway, they felt because of safety concerns, compromising with the assembly member, that we would institute the new bat rule this year. The National Federation and all other state associations will be moving to the new bat standard next year, and the NCAA already moved to the new bat standards this year as well. So we felt that the bats would be there. That was part of our concern, and the concern from bat manufacturers, whether or not there would be enough bats available for all the high schools in California. And we were convinced after speaking with one of our sponsors, Sports Authority, that there would be enough bats available for our schools to purchase. And so right now it appears that the bats are out there in the market, and our schools, they may not be finding the exact model that they want right now, but certainly in the next month or so, all the bats will be available.
We'll talk specifically about the bat and how it's changed, and someone is out there watching this, what they can expect and what type of bat they're going to be using.
Well, quite frankly, the rule came about because, not necessarily because of safety, but because people felt the integrity of baseball. The game was changing because of these high-powered bats. The bats that were out there, composite bats and aluminum bats, there were ways of altering them. And once the bats were altered, they created a larger what they referred to as a trampolining effect, meaning the ball, once it hits the bat surface, bounces off of it faster than it does a wooden bat. The intent was to bring back the integrity of the game. Also, consideration was safety, that a ball that comes off of a composite bat or an aluminum bat probably is going to be faster, or not probably, is slightly faster than off of a wooden bat. what we're hearing and what we heard from the NCAA and the colleges already is that the effect is deadening the ball coming off the bat, and that's true. That it was intended to do that. So instead of 18 to 20 runs a game, you're going to go back to maybe 2 or 3.
How's the overall response been from what you've heard in terms of feedback from coaches and those out there in the baseball community?
The real feedback we've been hearing so far from the colleges, because they've been using them in fall ball and so forth. Our schools are now just getting into to the season, and their concern initially was whether the bats would be even available or not, and the cost of them. But what we are anecdotally beginning to hear now is that the ball does not come off the bat as hot as it does on aluminum and composite bats. And our answer is yes, that's what it was intended to do.
Well, two big news items for you: baseball in terms of spring, girls wrestling for the winter. And Marie, I hope everyone's got that information. And it's nice meeting up with you, Marie Ishida, CIF State Executive Director. And we're going to communicate as the year goes on as well, and you'll keep us informed of some more news.
Anytime. Thank you.